Hey Blues fans, John here with the Blues Guitar Institute, and this is your Tuesday Blues. Today we're going to take a look at a nice funky A minor 7th groove, fingerstyle on the guitar. But before we get into the lesson, if you dig the lessons that are coming out every single Tuesday, do me a favor, show some support to BGI and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. That'll make sure that you get these videos every single week as they go live. Alright, hit subscribe and let's get right into the lesson. So there's definitely a lot going on in this little A groove. It's actually really centered around an A minor 7th chord and that sort of sound. And the reason is when we play, we're starting out mostly with this open 5th string. So there's your root note, the A, and then I'm doing a bar through most of it across the 5th fret on the 4th and the 3rd string. So there's your root for the A, there's your flat 7, the G note, and then here the C note is your minor 3rd. So it really gives it this A minor 7th vibe. Alright, so let's take a look at exactly how we're putting that A minor 7 sound to work. And we're really going to put it to work here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by coming down on the 5th string with the bass. Then do that bar across the 5th fret, strings 4 and 3, and then pluck simultaneously. I'm using my index and my middle finger on my picking hand and pluck those 2 strings. But then you're going to want to choke out these 3 strings. So you got the A ringing. You'll want to come down with your hand just after you hit those 2 notes under the bar at the 5th fret. You'll want to come back down and sort of return your hand to the strings just to stop all of the strings, all 3 strings, from ringing out. Then you're also, at the same time, you're going to dampen by picking up with your index finger just off of the fretboard at the 5th fret. So we're really dampening with both hands here and really just choking out these notes, and that really starts to give this thing its rhythmic vibe. Alright, so really so far we've just got this. Alright, but then what we're going to do is hit the open 5th string again, but this time with a lot less attack. Then we're going to move that bar up to the 7th fret, same strings, so 4 and 3. And then very quickly back to our 5th fret bar. And did you hear how that A note that's in there, right there, it's very quick and it's muted out. You don't want that one ringing. You know, we really want to keep the rhythm sort of moving right along there. Alright, so that's the first part of this. So really spend some time and practice this little funky piece right here. You really want to focus on your rhythm. Your fret hand's not doing a heck of a lot. We're keeping a bar here and this little move there. So not much going on the fret hand in the first part. We're going to make up for that right now and put some flair to it. So here's the entire piece again, the entire little groove for you, just to know where we're going. Alright, so this is a pretty cool little trick. When we get back to this, I'm going to come down with my fret hand. Sorry, I'm going to come down with my picking hand and just kind of crash down on the string. And then I'm picking up. So I'm very quickly, really with the front of my nails on my index and my ring finger, picking under this bar at the 5th fret, again strings 4 and 3. But I'm just kind of, if you were playing with a flat pick, you would just come down on them, right? But I don't have a pick, so I'm using my fingernails here. But then immediately after, I'm picking up the bar entirely and hitting the open 4th string. can hit that pretty loudly. Let that ring loud and proud. And so it's almost like a downstroke and an upstroke. So down with the nails and up, plucking that open fourth string. Then we're going to hammer on from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the 5th string. And then loop the entire thing back around. So here it is pretty slowly, this entire groove. Alright, even slower than that. And when you loop it around, that's when this thing really starts to take off, and you can kind of settle into the pocket here. Play that a little faster as you get used to these movements and these rhythmic movements in your picking hand, and of course the fretting here on the fretboard. Then you can start to speed things up, but be sure to lock in with a groove. You really want to tap your foot, get a metronome going, and really lock in. Alright, I hope you really dig this this A minor 7th groove. It might take you a little bit to kind of get everything to sync up, but just go slow and watch the video as many times as you need. And I really encourage you to pick up the tab. If you're a free member, then all you have to do is log in and you'll have access to all the Tuesday Blues tabs right there on your dashboard. If you're not a free member, you'll want to go to bluesguitarinstitute.com and sign up, because you'll get these free tabs every single week when we put out a Tuesday Blues lesson. Alright, so be sure to stay tuned for the very next lesson, because what we're going to do is take this and put it to use. We're going to plug it into a blues progression, a minor blues progression in the style of Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope to see you next week when we put this thing to work.